So this is how big God is, and it's not that it has to be this way, even though it sort of has to. It just is this way. Well, it just being this way is why it has to be this way. So what is that way? What am I talking about? Well, this is how big God is. Our our existence is not the real deal. Even though we're experiencing it and all that, this is not the real deal. What happened was, it's an existence that popped out of another existence, and because of, you can call it sin or evil or both or whatever else you want to call it. It's not just the Christians that believe in sin and evil. It's all the religions believe in something like sin. Um, Even an atheist would have to admit something's just not right. You know, a lot will tell you they believe something's not right about just all this. Um, but Satan and God, a lot of Christians don't want it. A lot of them I know, a lot of fellow Christians don't want to. They don't want to hear this or even admit it. But Satan and God have been around for the exact same amount of time. But here's what's a little bit different for Satan. He doesn't have a beginning, but he has an end. So really, he's got two eternities, two existences. One is it has a beginning, but no end, and one has no beginning, but it has an end. But they're existing. They're not really existing. They're just sort of there. They're next to each other. One is running. Imagine these lines, these belts that transport like giant rocks, where they mine gold or stuff like that, and it takes it down the line. Well, it's kind of like that for Satan. He's got one running this way, and he's got one running that way, and he's trying to connect them so he can have an eternity. It'd still be a false eternity, a false infinity, because he's not God. But he's trying to connect them together. He's like computer servers. He's trying to hack in and connect it, connect both of these false eternities together, so it'll be a real eternity that has no beginning or no end, as opposed to where it has no beginning but it has an end, or it has no end but it has a beginning. Well, God has he created an infinity and eternity that came from an infinity and an eternity. Well, then, when it comes to the infinity and eternity that created that infinity and that eternity via God, outside of that's the reality, the existence that only God's allowed to go to, because he's God. Only he gets to experience it. Really, it has to be that way, because it's not that he's mean or he's harsh. You may think that sounds cruel. We don't get to go to it, but that's to protect you and to protect him. So him being protected, even though he really doesn't need any protection at all, it's just a failsafe. He's saying that quote unquote protection for him is what protects you, and you protecting him is what protects him from possibly being damaged. Not destroyed. You can't possibly destroy God. So it's just, it's not even a possibility. And that's also the wrong way to word it, because that would really suggest something that's the opposite of God. Well, which is, that's Satan. That's his reality. Satan is so good at deceiving people into not believing him that he's real, that Satan has to ultimately deceive himself. It had to be that way. It's where the master of deception had to ultimately deceive himself in the beginning of his false reality, in order to become the master of deception, deceit, and lies. So it's not God is in us. we're not going to really get to destroy Satan or sin or evil in the end, now are we? Because if we are of God and God is not of destruction, well, then how's this all going to be wiped out? Well, it's going to do it to itself. God is just going to, he just wrote the report. Speaking of, I live in Shreveport, wrote on the report and if you watch my previous video and the song I came up with, God just wrote it on the report of what happens. But he didn't come up with the report. Mr. Lucifer, Satan, he came up, he wrote the report, and God just God added on to it. God put a signature on there, on the report. Whether it was a song like where I put that quote on the little rap song I made, or whatever. Mr. 666. Well, really, it's 999. That's his real number. He's just deceived everybody into thinking it's 666, so you'll get 999 tattooed on you, or having your social security number, or whatever it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be through AI. AI is that advanced. Maybe there's something else behind AI that we weren't supposed to know about. I don't know. That's just a really wild guess, really wild thought. Don't say that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's a possibility that there's another reason why AI was invented. So yeah, that's how big God is. He's beyond big. He's beyond infinity. He's beyond eternity. That infinity sign that we came up with, where it's the sideways 8. God's bigger than that. It's something that we can't. We'll never be able to fully wrap our brains around it, and even in the next life, no matter where you go, none of us will be allowed to fully understand God, because he doesn't want it that way, because he doesn't want anything to be like him, to be exactly like him. It's just it's a code, and the real code only he has the URL address to, and the other stuff has just been copy and pasted. But whenever you put it into that search engine, when you type it into the internet, that URL code that you copy and pasted, 404 page not found, that pops up. You ever seen that? 404 page not found. Yeah, that's what pops up. So we don't get to go there. Only he does. But we get to go to an eternity. Well, they call it the Book of Life. If you want to word it that way, if your name was written in the Book of Life, then you get to go there. If your name wasn't written in the Book of Life, you go to another reality that's not really a reality at all. It's an existence of non-existence. Now, I don't believe the average person's going there. Now, a person like a guy named Slade that I know, I think I already made a video about him. I haven't uploaded it yet. And I did make a video about how evil he is. Slade, I'll link this video to that video. Slade is so evil that the thought of him, just the idea of him before he came into creation, that has to be punished. Slade's whole existence is simply to go back to non-existence, and to show you to show God's creation, just exactly what God isn't. So Slade's not really a person at all, is he? Slade, even when he is having fun, he's miserable. But he doesn't. But he's an idiot. He's the biggest dumbass you'll ever meet. He goes beyond the definition of a dumbass. You should see his facial expressions when it comes to anything. You say to yourself, this guy's beyond an idiot. Um, I saw him walking at Margaritaville Casino the other day, and he thought I was supposed to have permission to go to Margaritaville from him. He said, "What are you doing?" And he doesn't even know my name. He never even bothered to know my whole name. He calls me Cody. My name's Cole, motherfucker. Okay. He never bothered to know my name. And he said, "Cody, what are you doing here at the Margaritaville?" Like I needed, like I need permission from him to go to Margaritaville Casino. I'm older than you, you fucking idiot. No, dude, and he always needs some free shit from me. I don't have anything free for you because you're evil. Um, Now I might give you a cigarette. No, there's times I did help him in the past. I won't ever do it ever again. But it wasn't really me helping him at all, was it? It was so he he possibly wouldn't be as evil. Um, it was like he wouldn't go pillage and plunder to get that stuff that I gave him. So it was me trying to help society, even though I don't care about society. I'll help society even though I don't care about it because it's the right thing to do. Even though I hate society, but I'm a part of society. So when you help if you help an evil person, you're not really helping them at all. You're doing it to prevent damage, destruction, death, pain. That's what you're doing. So you're not helping that person out at all. And they may think you're helping them out, but they're so deceived that they don't realize what's actually true and what's not. And Slade has to be a dumbass because he has his own. He is his own special type of evil. Well, that could be if Slade was intelligent, um, and didn't have a first grade level of understanding everything, but from a lens of evil, he'd be very useful to something like evil itself, Satan. So Slade, it was determined before he existed that he was going to be an idiot. Um, God did that. Um, no, that was just that was a firewall God put up. If you want to look at it like that. Um, and yeah. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching.